People power growth, but recruiting and onboarding are expensive, exhausting, and absolutely overwhelming. I've been there, and it doesn't have to be this way. Welcome to Hire and Empower. I'm your host, Molly McGrath. Join me as we interview leaders who care about their teams and distill powerful lessons from them. This show is sponsored by H&E, helping organizations to find their best hire and empower them for success. Learn more at hiringandempowering.com. All right, today we are talking about rewarding employee action. And it's not what you think employees are looking for in regards to quote unquote rewards. They're not always monetary. We just completed our 12-week law firm admin boot camp, and it was fascinating to hear from people of what they want in regards to growth. And what we heard from the employees, the number one non-monetary reward they would like for action is actually rewarding them with more responsibility. And I know that may sound shocking to some people, but think about it. When you do a phenomenal job, when you surprise yourself with maybe something you didn't believe you could accomplish, and you're given responsibility, permission, and authority to take a leap to 80% something, and you come back and you share with your employer, leader, boss, what have you, what you were able to accomplish. And they're like, fantastic, great. Now, how about take it even further? How about we up level it in this way, that way? Or you take a stab at how you can streamline and create more efficiency and effectiveness. One of the things we had the team members do is to sit down with, first of all, they went through every single one of their job descriptions, line item by line item by line item by line item. Do you know how many people showed up in class and did not have a job description? Their homework was get your job description and come to class, and we're going to workshop it. They came with the ad that they replied to on Indeed or some of these other recruiting platforms. They didn't have a job description. We have sample job descriptions in the back end of the academy. And I had them go line item by line item by line item of every duty in their job description. Put a KPI, a key performance indicator, next to it. How are they going to know if they're sucking at it or soaring at it? And then how does this fit within their daily time template, their weekly time template? And what can they do to up level it? Then I had them track every single thing that they touch for an entire week, line it up with their job description, and where they see that there might be things they're doing that they should not be doing, or things that they're dabbling with, but they really want to up level. By and large, the biggest conversation was marketing, where people wanted to invest and be responsible and be part of more of the initiatives for lead generation and lead conversion in the firm. I had them go back to their attorney and do the same thing with the attorney and see what they could take off their plate, and take their attorney's project list and all the things they have on their whiteboards or in all these folders that they carry around in notebooks and journals of their ideas that they, when they go out to conferences or what have you, and they have all these great ideas, but never can find time to get to them. So the attorney did the same exercise, but the team members were leading it. They were facilitating it for the attorney to finally get everything they have rolling around in their head, in their heart, in their journals, on their to-do list, what have you, and lay it out on the proverbial conference room table, and then see what they can take off their plate. The number one question is, attorney, what are you doing that you should no longer be doing? What can we take off your plate? And it's incredible, because guess what happened? Employees were so excited. They see this is a common thing we heard throughout the 12 weeks. Everybody's so busy. My attorney's so busy. We're all stressed out, what have you. You're never going to stop that crazy train, that kind of broken roller coaster, if you will. We all know it doesn't work. We've been doing it for years and some decades. So when you have that vulnerability and you give your employee time, so here's another way you can reward employee action, or if you want to get your employees into action. And I mean now action, daily action, consistent action. What they need from you, how to reward that, is giving them more time, giving them your time, giving them one-on-one meetings. I surveyed everybody. Here's what they want. Here are the rewards that employees want for action. Some flexible working. So they have the opportunity to have that white space. They have that time to be assigned a project or something they're going to start taking on, but they're not doing that while they're doing their daily duties. They're allowed growth time, just like you all have. Think about it. When you hop on that plane and you go off to your conferences or what have you, I hear from attorneys, and I love this as well. We need that sacred white space. And then giving employees the proper time to work on their own projects. But here's the deal. They need access to you as a visionary. These are the rewards that they want because they need time, attention, and feedback. And our time is our most strapped resource. But you're never going to wake up and have more time. So start carving it out and creating it, and you will go so much further. This is the secret, in my experience, to doubling, if not tripling, your revenue, to decreasing your stress and giving you back your time that you're craving as an entrepreneur, and giving you that financial freedom, that entrepreneurial freedom, that time and energy and headspace freedom. This is what every person, we had 57 law firms in this program. This is what the team said over and over and over again. They want time to work on their projects, but they also want time to come back and have your precious time, one-on-one meetings with you. Think about it. Most of us are running a small, and whatever the definition of small is, boutique business, mom and pop, connected to the heartbeat of the business, not working in big corporate America, and your employees made the decision, conscious decision, to go work for a visionary, to go work for your why. And we ignore them. We don't give them time, and really, truly dedicated time where we're present. We're not running in between meetings. And it doesn't take much. 15 minutes in your daily huddle, 30 minutes a week, but it's intentional and it is dependable. It's consistent, where they could come back and say, okay, great. Here's the progress that I made. Here's where I'm jammed up. And here's where I think my next right move is. Or I went on my journey to start creating this SOP, to start creating this project. And here are all the landmines that I found. So they're doing quality control. They're doing a business analysis for you. Why wouldn't we give them that dedicated time to provide that feedback so they can make changes in real time? Again, rewarding employee now action, today action, consistent action. And I promise you, I guarantee you, this is how you triple your revenue. And I know the measuring stick for many of us is not just money. It's the consistency, the flow, the ease, and where we're all working in alignment and we're feeling like we're not consistently having this stop start, or this statement that I hear from people all the time, I got to get back in the zone. We don't leave the zone. And the reason that you leave the zone or you're ripped out of the zone, or there's lack of consistency, and we are able to move everything, the day-to-day and our future self projects forward, is because we're collaborating and we're communicating consistently. Employees want more responsibility, period. Now, they don't want it just thrown at them. They want it delivered to them in a very strategic way. We are entrepreneurs. I see you all over social media, going to all these conferences about managing and leading your team, this, about doubling your revenue, this, about marketing workshop, this, about 8-figure, law firm, this. We're all chasing strategy. But guess what? This is what I know to be true, because I spend time with your employees every single day, week in and week out. They have the answer, truly. And they made the decision to come work for a small business owner so they could be part of the solution. Human beings want to be part of something. They want to be difference making. They want to be impact making. They want to be income generating. Yes, they want year-end bonuses. Yes, they want surprises. We all love surprises and rewards. They want public recognition. But at the end of the day, the number one reward that employees have been telling me of what they want is actually more responsibility. So how do you get there? By spending time with them, by empowering them to come to you with proposed solutions, for them to go through the exercise of getting really, really clear on their roles and goals and how they make impact and income within the firm, right down to the receptionist, and then being vulnerable and allowing them to do that for you. Every single person in the program had to take on one project that was waking the attorney up at 2:00 in the morning that they just can't get to. The challenge was getting the attorney to let go of control of it. So often I think we feel like we need to have the answer. We need to have a strategy. We need to have a solution. We need to know the beginning, the middle, the end before we can give it off to somebody. That's not true. This is what the team member said. We just need to know the why. We just need to know at the end what they wanted to look like and feel like and behave like. The project, the thing, the SOP, the new marketing initiative, whatever it is. And then allow us to take a stab at it. Allow us to 80% it. Allow us to 50% it in 1 week. But all we need for you is your availability and your presence, and not for you to resent spending time with us as employees, so we can figure out, are we on the right track? Here's where we're at. What would you like to see by this time next week? You're 1 weeking it at a time, and that's how you get your employees to stay in action. We all know it. When we crush something, especially something that we have no idea how the hell we pulled it off, or we weren't fully, wholly competent or confident that we knew how to do the thing, we didn't have a perfectly laid out blueprint for it, and we tried it on and we did it and we nailed it. We all have those situations. Write down 3 of them right now, whether it was a big client, whether it was a shift in your system and process that we were going to streamline it, whether it was that clients no longer get access to me, that they're going to have to now see an associate attorney, and I'm deathly afraid that they're all going to quit because that's who they hired me. I was the face at the workshop, whatever it is. We all have those things. One of the biggest things that we spend every Thursday is on follow-up. Following up with PNCs and leads and picking up the phone. And so many people were terrified of what to say, how to say it, fear of rejection, all the things. We workshopped it, we worked on it, and I blown away. Every single day they have to upload into the academy their weekly accountability report, their daily progress report. And one of the questions at the end of the daily progress report was, where I surprised myself today. What was the biggest surprise from today? And time after time after time, it was the thing that they've been avoiding. I didn't realize I actually liked the phone. I actually love doing sales calls. I love doing follow-up calls. The number one response I get from prospective clients or existing clients is thank you when I call them. Now I realize that I'm going to carve out 2 hours a day. I was spending about 30 minutes a day. Now I'm going to be spending 2 hours a day. And I talked to Susie, and Susie's going to answer the phones or handle the phones while I do this first thing in the morning before any distractions come my way. I love that question on the daily progress report because the tonality and the essence of it was consistently more responsibility. One of the questions at the beginning of the boot camp, employees consistently said, how do I increase my confidence? I really want to be confident in what I do, why I do what I do, how I do what I do, and why within the firm. So then I know where I can pitch in, I can step up, where I can grow. And how you increase your confidence is consistently doing that thing that you think you're unable to do, that you're not smart enough, good enough, whatever it might be. And they prove that over and over and over again. And their confidence went through the roof. They're pumped. They're excited. They wanted more responsibility. But guess what happens? Their attorney's too busy to spend time with them. They're spending all this time and energy. I have one law firm in particular, like we feel like we're stealing money from the firm because we're getting paid every hour. We're doing all of our work and then we're handling these projects that we're supposed to do, but then we put it on the attorney's desk and they don't have time to review it. So we don't know if we're crushing it or sucking at it or what have you. So we keep working, but we don't know if we're wasting the company's money on our hourly rate. There are 3 employees that were working on a massive marketing project, and they would get so far, put it on the attorney's desk, get absolutely no response, and then just be shooting in the dark for the next week or 2 or 3 weeks. And by the time they met with the attorney came back and they're like, this garbage, you did it all wrong. That's not what I wanted, whatever. And we had all the hours and dollars down the toilet because we could not stop and spend time with our greatest asset in the business, your employees. Here's my invitation to you as you close out the year and you walk into the new year. Make an unwavering commitment that you are going to put time on your calendar, hardwired, non-negotiable. You're not going to ditch it, to spend with your employees, to spend with your team, to start giving them more responsibility. But giving them more responsibility is not a one and done. It's not a one and wow. It has to be consistent time that you're spending with them. Give me your team. We're kicking off our next law firm admin bootcamp on Tuesday, January 10th. Give me your administrative team, your paralegals, your marketing coordinators, your legal assistants, your virtual assistants, your executive assistants, your PLAs, whatever term it is, the front of your house, so they can start stepping up and leading. But you have to do your part, which is give them available eyes, give them available presence, give them available coaching and mentorship and true leadership consistently. That's it. That is how you reward employee action. That's how you start employee action. And I promise you, I guarantee you, that is the way to 3x your practice, if not more. So Tuesday, the 10th of January, it's right around the corner. Give me your team. Let me transform them into action takers, leaders leading leaders, self-governing, self-accountable, COO, CEO mindset that you all deserve, that they deserve, and that is absolutely necessary to have the future practice of your dreams. All right, so go to your calendar, carve out that time for your team, for your employees, and give them that gift of one-on-one meetings. Give them that gift of your weekly stakeholder meetings, of your daily huddles, of your quarterly strategic retreats. All right, until next time, continue or start becoming a legal leader, leading a legal leader. We've reached the end of another impactful conversation on the Hire and Empower podcast. Whether this was your first episode or you're a longtime listener, I know you can tell I have passion for people. Whether you're a business owner, employee, executive, or hiring manager, I understand the situation you're in. Hiring, onboarding, and leadership is expensive, exhausting, overwhelming, and if that's not enough, it's also time-consuming. My friends, it doesn't have to be this way. There is a team at H&E that has your back. For over 25 years, they've transformed over 4,000 law firms into efficient, effective, profitable assets for their business and made it fun to come to work again. Check out our Smart Hire solution, our employee leadership program, and the 66-day law firm turnaround at hiringandempowering.com. This episode is being sponsored by Legalese Marketing. Listen, law firms have many ebbs and flows, and we tend to see this typical pattern. When things around the office are slow, lawyers get better at following up. But when the bustle is back, they tend to drop the ball. What if you had a system in place that not only automated follow-ups, but could guide potential clients seamlessly through the intake process and beyond? The team at Legalese works with your firm to create a custom pipeline of emails, text messages, and follow-up calls sent to your leads when you want them to be sent. Whether it's a consultation confirmation email sent a minute after the request goes through, long-term nurture emails sent 6 months later, a request for Google reviews sent to the most opportune times, they put a system in place that improves your client experience while taking tasks off of your plate. Or maybe you're already rolling in a software or CRM, but it's not set up as you want. Or perhaps you know you could be maximizing your automations more. Sometimes it's hard to tell what you need without a deep dive into your account. That's where Legalese audits and analysis come in. First, their team will learn everything about your processes and how you intend them. Then they'll go through your automations and map out the needed changes. Lastly, you'll discuss a plan forward and how to make your optimized office a reality. Legalese team pushes the boundaries of what automation can do to help your firm operate in ways you think were possible. Don't let potential clients slip through the cracks by not following up with them. Schedule a consultation today with Legalese Marketing. They look forward to helping you create more time, consistency, and your KPIs. To learn more, go to legalesemarketing.com and book your free consultation call today.